she thought I looked the same age as my mother. So I decided I wasn't going to say anything to her. I was going to give her the chance to figure it out on her own. But in my silence, she then looked again with those bright eyes and that big smile, and she says, "Grandma, Grandma." And I thought, oh no, I'm going to have to set this 2-year-old straight. So I looked at her and I bent down and looked dead in her eyes and I said, "I am not Grandma." Immediately she froze. She kept one eye on me and one eye on her older sister. And I was shocked of how soon that she became so consumed by fear that it took over her own body. But then my next story is about my cousin. One summer, her mother was so generous to offer us all a free trip to Cabo San Lucas. And we were all so excited. And we headed to the airport, we got on the plane, and I was so happy. A free trip, who wouldn't be excited about a free vacation? Then I looked at my cousin, and she looked a little bit shaky. And I thought, oh no. Then the announcement came, they're about to close the doors. She jumps up, makes a mad dash for the door, runs off the plane, and we didn't see her for the next 7 days. And I thought, how can you let the idea of fear take you away from such a fun and exciting free vacation? Then the next story is all more about me. I remember when I flew into South Korea and I got on the bus and it was driving down the street and I look to the left and I see all the Korean characters. And I look to the right and I see more Korean characters. Then I looked to the left again and I thought, where is the English? Then I looked to the right and I still did not see the English. Then I had a brief panic attack, and I thought, what in the world am I doing? Fear had taken over my body. Why did I decide to change where I live? And instead of being excited, I was consumed with fear instead. And then my fourth story, which is, well, actually it's not so much of a story, it's more of an idea. The idea of having the fear of public speaking. And something I can relate to, maybe something many of you can relate to, and maybe something many Toastmasters relate to, and that's why we come to Toastmasters. And what was interesting about the idea of public speaking as a fear is I Googled it, what is the major fear of Americans? And on many lists, the idea was the fear of public speaking. And the fear of public speaking beats out fear of flying, it beats out fear of heights, it beats out fear of snakes, it even beats out the fear of death. And I thought that was really interesting that people fear public speaking more than the idea of death. So whether it is the fear of change, the fear of unknown, the fear of failure, I feel like when we fear things, we really hold ourselves back, and that we could really be so much more if we would just not be so fearful in the choices in our lives. And I found a quote that reiterates that idea, and maybe many of you have heard of it before. It's from Marianne Williamson, and she says, "Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. As we let our light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. And as I said, I feel like we can be so much more if we did not let fear consume us. You never know when you can meet a great new friend, have an awesome adventure in life, have an unforgettable life experience, or where you can find out how awesome you really can be. And so my new outlook on fear is, I no longer have time for that. Thank you.